hot off of the Nintendo Switch 2 media preview experience here in New York. Now, obviously, this weekend kicks off the big Nintendo Switch 2 fan experiences to go over absolutely everything regarding Nintendo Switch 2. Buckle up, because this video is going to be a long one. So I want to kick things off by talking about, of course, their big launch game for Nintendo Switch 2, Mario Kart World. Again, Mario Kart is really fun. I'm sure you've seen a lot of footage of this by now. The fact that the entire world is this big, seamless, open world, and you could drive to every single racetrack you want to drive to. There's the free roam mode where you can openly explore everything. You can hang out with your friends and take photos. Obviously, it completely utilizes the new game chat features of the Nintendo Switch 2. When we were going through the character select screen, there's a lot of awesome new costumes for characters. There's like an Oasis outfit for Daisy. There's this Pro Racer outfit for Rosalina. There's just so many cool outfits. But the outfits for the characters are not like alternate skins that you click on the character select screen. They are literally separate character slots. What I will say though, right from the get-go, the absolute best thing about Mario Kart World, the mode that you're going to be coming back to again and again and again, the mode that I wish I could have played more of at the event, was Knockout Tour. Bro, I cannot stress enough, the race starts, you're in it through the next 5 races. There's no menu in between. It's seamless because all of the tracks are interconnected with each other in this big open world. And so when you're charting out your course, you're literally just charting out the entire racetrack. There's no need for a menu in between when people are getting eliminated. If you're first place in that first round of Knockout Tour, which I was with my little moo cow, right? I got through that first race, and then I wasn't waiting for other people to get through the race as I continued. Specifically, this mode. This mode feels made for streamers, where you could just like bring your members in, bring your subscribers in, you open up a lobby, everybody's entering, people get eliminated quickly so you could easily like add other people in for the next rally race. It was so unbelievably cool. I love this mode. All right, so moving away from Mario Kart, the next thing I want to discuss are the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games. All of them that they announced during the Direct, except for Pokemon Legends ZA. I never want to play Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild on the Switch 1 ever again, having now experienced those games on Switch 2. Seeing them in 4K, running at 60 FPS, seamless as you're jumping off of temples, going through the sky, diving underground, like the game looked so good. Both Philly and I were blown away playing the game, not just in handheld mode where it was running beautifully, but then in docked mode as well on the TV, like seeing the scale of all the clouds and like the Death Star thing in the sky in Tears of the Kingdom. If you're a fan of vistas in video games, bro, the Switch 2 edition of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is gonna blow your mind. Seeing that in 4K on a big screen TV with all the cute little stuff going around, the little Koroks and all the different lighting effects, it's beautiful, it's brilliant. Again, there's like no loading time. The only time I even noticed loading whatsoever was when you go to the menu and physically fast travel somewhere. Spoiled, but the gameplay itself in both of those, jaw-dropping, incredible at this demo experience, and that is Drag and Drive, which is the new arms-like game, basically, where it seems kind of bare bones at first, but there's actually some technical aspects to it. And obviously, we're still waiting to find out more information about this game. This game, I think they said there's going to be more information in like summer of this year. Obviously, the thing that I got to play during this event, this is the wheelchair basketball game, there was like a part where I was learning the controls, where basically you skid your little Joy-Cons forward, and like you just sort of gently slide them and it pushes your character forward. You can hold down the ZR or ZL button and it puts the brakes on the wheelchair on, so then you can like swivel your way around and do like really quick turns. And overall, the game just felt really good. It felt really responsive with the mouse controls, and I was playing with groups of 3. We were doing basketball 3-on-3. It was really fun, but I didn't realize what makes this game special until after I stopped playing with other people. So basically, before I went to my next demo, I was just sort of sitting there waiting for someone to get off of one of the other systems, and I thought, I'm just gonna mess around with these controls. And you've seen this in the trailer for this Drag and Drive game, but basically there's like these half-pipe ramps that are on the side of the basketball courts. Seeing all the different texts, or like the thing is, when you hold down the ZR button with your brake on your wheelchair and then you let it go, it lifts the other side of your chair up. Again, I think this game is going to end up being a lot deeper than what they're showing, but the highlight of the third-party offerings for me was Street Fighter 6, because not only do you have all those DLC characters from that first year included, so you've got like Elena and everything like that, but you also have these new Switch 2 exclusive modes. There's like a gyro battle mode where you're attacking utilizing motion controls, and then as a spin-off to this gyro battle mode, they have a calorie burner mode. Now I'm gonna be real, I don't know how much time I'm actually gonna spend playing this on my own, but at this demo event, we had a blast playing the calorie burner mode. So basically, you're fighting utilizing all of the characters in the roster of Street Fighter 6, but you're fighting utilizing motion controls. You basically move one way or the other. The move, do you hold down one of the buttons and then move to like parry? You have another button and a little swivel that you do to do your drive impact, and then basically you're just fighting with the other person, and there's like this tug of war meter on the top, and whoever burns more calories ends up winning at the end of the day. There's not really like health meters, instead it's this bar. And then once you're actually getting scored at the end of this mode, it tells you how many calories you burned, and it equates it to like a piece of food. So when I was playing with Phil ended up burning enough to like eat a duck confit, and I burned enough to have like a slice of green pizza. It was just a lot of fun. This is the game, not Mario Kart, that I think is going to be the system seller. And it's a good thing, because currently this game is coming out like 1 month after the Switch 2 launch. That game is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Bro, when I tell you this game is going to be a game of the year contender, this game is without question the spiritual successor to Mario Odyssey. I know there were a lot of people upset that are big Mario fans that were like, where's my 3D Mario game? I was expecting it in that Switch 2 Direct. So Donkey Kong's moveset in this game is like unreal. He can rip chunks out of the ground. He can rip chunks out of nearly every wall. He could like grab a rock from the ground and like start surfing on it and go crazy. You could pick up the rock and then gyro aim and throw at different enemies. You can scale walls, do flips off of walls, ground pound onto things, like dive deep underground, crawl through and explore to find gold and bananas and fossils and all these different collectibles. It's like they took everything that was good. This is what it feels like it was meant for. Having this big, giant, like open world platforming environments with Donkey Kong. Mind you, they're still in levels. I shouldn't say it's open world. It's not like the whole world is connected in the same way that like Mario Kart World was, for example. But you've got these big open environments where you can platform all over the place, dig into walls, go like 4, 5, 6 levels deep underground to collect gold. The animations on Donkey Kong are like incredible. I love his redesign. Graphically, it's like superb. You're seeing all these different particle effects of like the gold flying everywhere. There's so many things to collect. Again, it feels like they took the collecting aspect of Mario Odyssey and also compounded like some of the collectathon stuff. Also, quick side note, every time you get a banana, he goes, "Ooh, banana," like the classic DK64 thing. I thought that was super cool too. It's like there's so much to collect, so much to explore, and the coolest feature about this game that I was completely mind blown by is that there's a map that you can basically see when you're playing the game that is a 3D rendering of the entire map as you've explored it already. And every little thing you destroy, everything, every wall you've chipped into, every hole that you've dug underneath the ground, everything is shown on this map. So from the moment you enter a level all the way to the point where you leave the level, it saves your progress and even gives you the option to reset all the terrain. So say you're like, oh, I destroyed too much, I want to go to this other area, I want to just explore and see what it looks like without wrecking everything. You can do that. Like, the game is just so good. We were standing right next to the monitors. I got to hear the music clearly. These tracks are so good. There were remixes of classic Donkey Kong tracks. There's totally new music. Again, the humor is really good. The animation is really good. The exploration's great. The platforming, the action is incredible. Like, I feel like if you're an action game fan, you're gonna love this game. I think if you're a platformer fan, you're gonna love this game. When you're doing the little handstand thing and playing the music and finding secret environments or dive bombing onto stuff, like, his moveset in this game is ridiculous. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which, like I said multiple times in this video, I believe is an early contender for Game of the Year. And as somebody who's been starved for a 3D Donkey Kong game, finally getting one on the system and it looking, sounding, and playing as good as I always hoped it would, it's like a dream come true for me. And then the other game that I think is going to surprise people, that I think so long as it's not super expensive, I will definitely pick up, is that Drag and Drive game, man. I had fun with it. Again, it's speaking of the ARMS fan in me, that it's a small game that doesn't seem like it's got a lot going for it, but actually is secretly really technical. I feel like there's going to be more to it. I'm excited to see what more the little characters are going to be like. I think we need to see like the Min Min equivalent, right? We need to see like the character that would be in Smash Brothers if we end up getting a new Smash Brothers game once again. To Nintendo for inviting me out to get to try all these games for myself. I cannot wait to actually have the Switch 2 in my own hands, not to play it at a demo event, but to actually own one for myself. I will also be at the LA experience a week and a half from now. I'll be on the Sunday block of the LA experience. So if you're there, don't be afraid to say hello. I also want to give a special shout out to all the product demonstrators and all the people who are working the Nintendo Switch 2 event here in New York. Seeing so many buddies of mine from Treehouse, that was really cool. But also just all the people who are demoing the games. Thank you for your hard work. And also thank you for coming up to me. So many of them were like, we watched your direct reaction yesterday. Seeing you go off for Donkey Kong Kirby Air Ride was so cool. And there is like a certain sense of cool validation when you find out that the people making these games and demoing these games are watching my content. It feels really cool. So I wanted to give a thank you to you guys as well. Look forward to all the other videos coming out in the lead up to Switch 2, my reaction of the Mario Kart Direct. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Nakam!
30秒でわかる英語解説。本編で出てきたちょっと難しい英語や補足が必要かなと思った言葉をわかりやすく解説します。このコーナーではそういったものの説明をいたします。
Vistas Whatsoever Utilizing Currently Everywhere Progress
それではまた次回、海外に来たちの反応集でお会いするのだ。